Tensions between China and the United States is seemingly growing, with China increasing its military activity and strong presence in the South China Sea through a series of what we call naval maneuvers and control that includes its questionable and ongoing construction of military and industrial outposts on several artificial islands it has built through the years in the disputed South China Sea. Hence, to balance the power in the said disputed region, the United States had increased its military activity and naval presence in recent years as well. That includes freedom of navigation operations to ensure free and open access to the South China Sea and military exercises with Japan and the Philippines and other Asian countries. Nevertheless, with the growing tensions between the two giants, we cannot escape to think about the possible war to happen. Thus, in this video, we will be delving and analyzing why America will not go to war with China in the South China Sea. So please stay tuned. First of all, where is the South China Sea? The South China Sea is a marginal sea that is part of the Pacific Ocean, encompassing an area from the Karimata and Malacca Straits to the Strait of Taiwan of around 3.5 million square kilometers or 1.4 million square miles. It is located south of China, east of Vietnam, west of the Philippines, east of the Malay Peninsula and Sumatra, up to the Strait of Singapore in the western, and north of the Bangka Belitung Islands and Borneo. Why South China Sea is so important in the Asian Pacific region and globally? The South China Sea is one of the busiest waterways in the world, and definitely it has a very strategic importance, such as a key commercial passage or access route connecting Asia with Europe and Africa. 1/3 of the world shipping passes through it, carrying over $3 trillion in trade each year. About 80% of China's oil imports arrive via the Strait of Malacca, located in between islands of Sumatra, Indonesia and Malaysian Peninsula, and then sail across the South China Sea to reach China. Another importance of the South China Sea are it contains lucrative fisheries, which are crucial for the food security of millions of people in Southeast Asia, Taiwan and China as well. And according to United States estimates, it is believed that there is a huge untapped oil amounting to 11 billion barrels and natural gas reserves amounting to 190 trillion cubic feet lying beneath its seabed. Lastly, the South China Sea carries strategic significance to Asian and global stability. Now, what is the South China Sea dispute and what are the countries involved? Over the years, the South China Sea is subject to several overlapping territorial disputes based on various accounts of history and geography. The countries mainly involved are China, Philippines, Malaysia, Brunei, Vietnam, and Taiwan. China claims more than 80% of the South China Sea, and it's using the very controversial 9-dash line geographical marker to assert its claim. The 9-dash line stretches as far as 2,000 kilometers from the Chinese mainland, reaching waters close to Indonesia and Malaysia. Vietnam claims sovereignty over the Paracel Islands and the Spratly Islands, while on the other hand, the Philippines asserts ownership of the Spratly Archipelago and the Scarborough Shoal. while Brunei and Malaysia have claimed sovereignty over southern parts of the sea and some of the Spratly Islands. This dispute has remained unresolved for decades and became a flashpoint in a standoff in China-United States relations in Asia. What is China's 9-dash line? Based from our various researches, we found interesting information and we quoted the following. The 9-dash line, also referred to as the 10-dash line and the 11-dash line, is an undefined, vaguely located demarcation line used by the People's Republic of China and the Republic of China, or simply Taiwan, for their claims of the major part of the South China Sea. According to Westphalian standards, China 9-dash line is a revolutionary approach to sovereign territory. The controversial claim encompasses nearly the entirety of the South China Sea and increases China's geographic size by nearly 50%. The 9-dash line is dating back to a 1948 map from pre-communist China and believed that it was formally revived by the People's Republic of China in 2009 to rebut a joint Malaysian-Vietnamese application to extend the continental shelves under the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea, or what we call UNCLOS. In 2016, the arbitral tribunal convened under Annex 7 to the United Nations Convention on the Law of the Sea concerning certain issues in the South China Sea, including the legality of China's 9-dash line, concluded and ruled that China has no historical right based on the 9-dash line map. China has rejected the ruling, as has Taiwan. From our point of view, the problem in here is there is no international body, not even the United States, who can implement such arbitral ruling that can eventually push back China's ambition in increasing its territorial claims in the South China Sea. Every one of us might be thinking, why is the South China Sea important to the United States? What role does the United States play in the dispute? America is believed to have wide-ranging security commitments in East and Southeast Asia, especially to the said US allies countries bordering the South China Sea, such as the Philippines. Furthermore, the South China Sea plays an important trade route in the global supply chain used by existing American multinational companies who produce goods from those countries situated in the region, and it also plays a very significant role in the movement of the United States and its allies' naval forces. The United States, to protect its political, security, and economic interests in the region, conducts freedom of navigation operations, bolstering support for Southeast Asian partners, and secures sea lines of communication. The United States has expressed support for an agreement on a binding code of conduct between all claimants of the South China Sea, as well as other confidence-building measures to maintain peace and stability in the said region. That's all for today, and we hope you did enjoy our video. Thank you very much for watching. Please drop a like, leave a comment, and don't forget to subscribe and click the bell icon to get new video uploads. Don't forget to follow us on Facebook. Stay tuned always. See you next time. Bye.